Hi and welcome, I'm John and this is Unique Wargame Terrain. Guys, welcome back. This is the Monday painting video as voted on by my viewers. It's going to be this amazing Orc model. It's an Orc Shaman from the Avatars of War. Now there is actually some detail on the back of that bad boy. But the first thing I need to do is get some Abaddon black, just tidy up. Look, there's a little bit there, there's a little bit on top of the staff there. For all my new people, what are these videos? Well, these videos are painting models from my pile of shame. And what happens is every Wednesday on the weekly Wednesday, I'll show you guys a multitude of models, and you vote on which one you want me to paint for today. So that's what this is. This isn't a tutorial. There might be stuff that you see on here that you learn that helps you out. For all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. Right, so I've got to say as well, first thing I'm going to do is get some red and black onto this guy. Yeah. And then I've got some Steel Legion drab to dry brush the gravel on the base. I've got nothing on the wet palette yet, but let me run you through the colours I have. There's some old colours here, guys. There's a bubonic brown. So I'm thinking of the staff and everything else. Vermin brown. Got this elf flesh here. The old paints. I've got Ronnox hide. So again, I'm thinking of leather. There's Morfang brown. Again, I'm thinking the leather. I've got some of this Niblet green. It's a dry brush paint. And it's very weird. I've never used it before. It's very weird. It's very rough looking, and I don't know if I'm going to use it, or if I do use it, will it do anything good? I don't know. But Gothica brown. Again, I'm thinking of leather. Baneblade brown. I've got some Leadbelcher base paint. Got some Vulcan green. So I'm thinking of the skin. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because I've got Scorpion green, which is not quite the same as Moot green. It's a bit lighter. Yeah, it's a bit dry in there, but yeah, you get the idea. It's a bit, thinking of highlighting. I've got Snot green. There's no tab on the bottle, so if I can open that, I might use it. Again, it's a bit of off the normal green colour. And this, my young friends, is some Goblin green. This is always the go-to for painting Orc skin and Goblin skin. But I don't know which greens I'm going to use. I don't know which browns I'm going to use. So for the minute, I'm just going to do the basic things of, sorry, I've got some Screaming Skull as well. And some White Scars for skulls and dry brushing and stuff like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is do the two colours I've said, and then probably work out which colour I'm going to use to do the leather cloak. Because he's actually got, I'll show you the artwork. He actually has two different types of leather on him. The cloak hanging off the top of him and these little robes in front of him. So give me a couple of minutes of thinking, I would say. But I'll see you in a second. Right. So I've separated the paints into three colours, basically. There's browns for the leathers, browns for the staff and the wood, and then just the greens for the skin. I've got some Screaming Skull on the wet palette, because I know I'm going to use that, and I've got some Leadbelcher on the wet palette, because I know I'm going to use that. So the first thing I'm going to do is pick out, so to give the black paint a few more minutes to dry, but I'm going to pick out the chains on the back. I don't know if you can see them, just there. There's some more on top there. And then I'll probably get the Screaming Skull and pick out the skulls itself. There's a lot of skulls on this model. There's some up here, there's some on the back there. I'll just give that a few more minutes to dry. Right, so I'm going to start working away on this. Very, very thin chain, so I'm just going to give it a slight little dry brush with the silver. There's still a little few pockets of black that's just a little bit wet, but they're not going to matter too much because then he's just a very thin amount of chain hanging off of him. It's more of a trophy wreck to hold the vast amount of skulls that he's claimed. So there's still a few pockets of black that's a little bit wet. And these guys here, you can see it in the artwork, but I can't really make it out in the model here. It's up here. There's a little bit of chain work. Around the belt as well, sorry. Just silver. And make sure he's on camera when I'm painting him. This is silver buckle here. There's nothing else, just that. Now, I don't usually follow the artwork on painting models. This is the first time Avatar War, I think. Yeah, it's the first time to paint Avatar War. I'm just looking at the artwork because there's more detail on than you actually realise. Now, I didn't realise all of that was on the back until I glued the model together and had a look at him. So now I've got some Screaming Skull, and I'm going to just give the skulls a quick once over dry brush. Well, not a dry brush, but a quick once over paint. And it is a layer paint, so it will go on very bright and dye itself down to be dim. And now he's got some bits and pieces on his hanging off his trophy rack here. Some skulls. There's some hands, but we're going to give the hands a little Screaming Skull as well. Right, so now I've actually picked out some Mephiston red on his tongue. I'm going now with some vermilion brown just to pick out all of this stuff. I'm actually going to do his bandages on his arm. Should I do that with that as well? It's not bandages, it's leather straps. I'm going to pick them out as well with a little dry brush. Okay, so it's got straps, leather straps on the staff as well. Pick all of that out. Sorry about the sound of the birds bouncing around the place. They are noisy things. Now with the leather straps on him, I'm not doing a heavy stroke on it, I'm just trying to do light strokes so it doesn't go on that dark. The black underneath really shines through on it. Okay, let's see a little bit more here. They are so noisy. They're probably fighting up there, I'd say. Oh my goodness me. I think we're having an illegal rave up there. Jeez. The noise of them. I've actually decided with the bubonic brown to do the rest of the to do dry brushing on it. My goodness me. Right, so I've decided I'm going to do some the Rhinox hide on the front leather parts. Okay, that's all of these parts, and then Mournfang brown on the robes at the back. I'm not going to sit and do the whole thing. I'm just going to do one side of him so you can see. There's some great dry brushing opportunity here at the front. There's, you know, nice little ridges and everything else. I just opened the door to see what all the commotion was outside. There's about 200 birds just sitting up on the roof there. Just noisy, get out of here. So you open the door, they all shut off, but they had 200 of them saying, are you serious? With the two different browns, base colour in it. So the leather pouches on the front here, I can do them with the Mournfang brown, just to really show you it's leather, but like a different type of leather, so it contrasts the front of it. I was only meant to do one side, go off camera and do the rest, but you know, I got carried away a little bit. So there's the brown on him. It's not, you know, it's not, doesn't look anything special at the moment. So now it's the Mournfang brown, just to get in around. The Vermin brown and Mournfang brown will actually look very similar, don't they? Again, there's a lot of dry brush opportunity on the back of this. Look at this cloak. Now, I know the Mournfang brown and the Vermin brown look very similar, but I guarantee they dry totally different. Because the Vermin brown is a very old paint. Didn't have the they had the good colours and everything else, but they didn't have the TLC as much as they do with the layer paints and everything else now. I mean, the Mournfang brown is actually a base paint, so it's not a layer paint, but they didn't have the quality, shall I say, in the colours. But with that said, used to have such amazing colours like Warlock Purple and, you know, Amethyst Purple and stuff like that, which you don't have anymore. And here we are. Not bad. I'm going to go with some Dark Angels green now and do the skin. Okay, and then that should be all the base colours done. And then be on to start sorting out some dry brushing. Well, not dry brushing, lowering up, then some dry brushing. Sorry, I said Dark Angels green, I meant to say Vulcan green. So, some Vulcan green in here. I have walked this down a little bit more on the wet palette because I want to get into all those muscle armatures. Yeah, just try and get into those little cracks and crevices. Alright, so what we have here is something that you could put on tabletop and just work away with, not a problem. But we're going to go that one step further and begin at the beginning. I said it's not a tutorial video, and it's not, you know, but just showing you that basic, that's tabletop ready. Yeah, just basic standard. But we're going to go and push the boat out a little bit more. So I'm going to get some Gothica brown. Shake up. This is not going on the wet palette. I've got a cut piece of tissue here. And I'm going to put some on the tissue. Brush off as much as I can. And we are going to go for a little dry brush over all this leather. To the front leather now. Here it focuses in. The bottom leg down there looks great. Top half of this side looks great. Just the bottom leg here doesn't look that great, so I'm going to do it another little bit. A little bit more. Now already that leather looks absolutely amazing. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to go with some bubonic brown. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be, oh no, still good after how many years. Okay, what we're going to do then is we're going to dry brush this stuff. So what we're going to do, and all the leather straps on his hands, get them a dry brush. So it's showing you leather but just different. Well, not leather, but showing you the wood, and the leather is just on his straps. There's different. Sorry, the leather straps on his wrists are of a different quality leather, and for the wood, it just gives it a nice little dry brush. Just breaks it up a little bit more. Yeah, the straps look fantastic. Now we're going to go with there's the other brown. There we are. Bane Blade Brown, and this is going to be for dry brushing the hood and the rest of the back of the cloak. And it's a totally different type of brown. I love this Bane Blade Brown. And the rain's coming in, of course it is. Right, so I'm going to start off with the edge here. So, look at the camera again, sorry guys. I need to knock the camera off its mounted just before. So, oh my goodness, what the hell am I doing? Come on, focus in. That's that Bane Blade Brown. Looks absolutely fantastic. I don't use the colour as often as I should, especially for leather, because it's absolutely fantastic. As you can see, the quality of that leather looks. There's what it originally looked like. There's what it looks like now. So let's just get the front of this done. Sorry, I'm knocking the camera again. Get the hood. That's my problem here. See the problem? Dirty casting line I missed. It's a pity. Now, even though I've dry brushed this edge of the cloak, I'm still going to give it another, not a dry brush all over, just a bit here and there. Just to give you that really warm leather look. Okay. Just going to give this guy a hit as well, because that's the you know what you're going to do? Just going to give this middle section a little hit, just an additional highlight up. Now, actually, I know what I need to do. I'm going to do that another little hit because I actually prefer the rainbow brown. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the green. I'm probably going to go goblin green. Just that's how that green is. It looks like moot green, I suppose. That's what it looks like on the dry brush, on the paper. It looks a little bit like moot green, but it's not the same at all. What we're going to do, we're going to dry brush the skin. The hands done as well. Get that face done. So I didn't do the teeth first because it would really hinder what I'm doing. And give his little deity on his staff. Dry brush. Heavier dry brush towards the top. Let's give it a little bit of a illumination. Leave that to dry for a minute because we're almost done with this guy. The only thing left to do is pick out the teeth and the toenails and the fingernails, and then just dry brush some of the skulls. I might look at doing his eyes. I'm not 100% sure yet, to be honest with you. Right, so I've got some screaming skull, and what I'm going to do is just do the tips like so. There they scream skull. I was just checking it wasn't white scars. And there's little two nails there. I'm not too fussed about the feet because you don't notice the feet really. Gentle dry brush across the teeth. And just makes his whole mouth pop nicely. That level looks amazing. Get a bit of white scars. Sorry, white scars, not white scars. This is a screaming skull. Let's get a bit on the back of the skull there. I might do his eyes. I'm not too sure. I mean, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. He's only got one eye, but I might actually just go for it. I'm going to get some Mephisto red, I would say. Not the airbrush paint, just a normal paint. Right, so if it starts to zoom in, I did a little dab in there, looks okay. Now I've got some white scars layer paint on the brush. Dry brushing all the skulls now. And what I'm going to do is give a gentle dry brush. So that's just a little gentle dry brush against the grain, just to give it a bit of definition in the leather straps. Let's just do a little bit of a dry brush along here as well, just to lighten this up a little bit here and there. Now's the point where I'm getting carried away, and I know I'm getting carried away, but I actually just start enjoying it too much. Let's go along the edge here. The skulls first. I need to stop myself. I'm a bit carried away here with this white dry brushing. I'll leave that for a minute to dry. That model is finished. So I'll show you some pretty pictures in a second, guys. Let me just clean the brush down. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, turn on your notifications, and apart from that dirty mold line I've just discovered, this is a Joy to paint. And the reason there's a mold line and I missed it is because it's the lead model. It's a lot harder to see the mold lines, unfortunately. So let's give you a close up so you can see that the horrible mold line. So the model may look fantastic, but that mold line just spoils it, but it's not that noticeable really. But yeah, so please hit the buttons for me. I'll show you some pretty pictures in a second. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.